Are you engaged and ready? Wait. Let me ask that again. Are you engaged and ready? We have 1,673 people here today. And Mayor, don't worry. I checked with the fire marshal. We just made it. So let's hear 1,600 and what did I say? 85 people demonstrate they're engaged and ready. All right. Great. So I'm going to follow on the mayor. And in two ways. First, you saw on the screen that we had 800,000 hours of volunteer time for Green Seattle Partnership. 800,000 hours. I just went to my calculator and did a quick calculation. If you're working 8-hour days, 7 days a week, that's 300 years of volunteer time. Is that not incredible? Don't those volunteers really earn another round of applause? Now, I also started this by kind of razzing us up with engagement and energy. And as the mayor said, if you look at what's going on the waterfront right at this moment, you're seeing citizens come to that waterfront, and we're grappling with one of those big issues of our time. And we're bringing that kind of engagement and energy to it. That's what our region needs to do. On a number of issues today, a number of problems, we need to bring that community engagement and energy. And I want to talk to you about one of them, one very dear to all of our hearts. And I'm going to raise this issue with a local and very serious question. So here's my serious question to you. Over time, could we lose what makes this place special? Could we lose what makes this place special over time? My answer is that we may, unless we change. Now, a decade ago, our answer to that question was the Cascade and Olympic agendas, roadmaps for how we live, work, play on, and care for the land, so this region flourishes over the next decade. Every single decision we make today about the land will determine in the future whether we still have a great place to live and raise our families. And Forterra's work is all about the land, from inner city core to high mountain top. Now, some of you have rightfully asked me the question, why try to cover so much ground? My answer to you is really direct and simple. It's because it's all connected. It's not just about one thread, it's about the entire region. And that's what we mean by sustainability, and that's what we mean when we say, so you can walk to a park and you're not stuck in a car. So the farmer has a future. The hiker has a trail, and every family has an affordable place to live. Now that's sustainability, right? So look what we've done together over the past decade to hit that level of sustainability. We've preserved wildlands, shorelines. We've conserved forests. We've explored what a lively Main Street could be in a rural town. We've created new ways to build great city neighborhoods so we don't sprawl. And we've saved farmlands and put this lovely family on the land. Now, we put ourselves out there to take risks to do our work, and here's why. Now, this first shot here is what we look like today, flying high overhead. Well, if we walk out of this room today and don't really do what we're talking about, not just in 10 years or 20 years or 30 years, but bit by bit over time, 40, 50 years, we could look like this. Now, are we all thinking, oh my God, Los Angeles, right? Squandered landscapes, sprawling cities. That's not what we want to leave our children. But if in fact we do the right thing, if we do come together, we can look like this, not just 10 or 20 years out, but 100 years out, and continue to be competitive, continue to have great places for our children to live, and continue to flourish. We have all worked hard over this past decade to make sure this last picture is not just a screenshot, not just a PowerPoint slide, but it's real. But time doesn't stop. Time doesn't stop. I have seen more changes in this next decade than ever. It's incredible. There's been good change. There's been good change. Families coming back into city neighborhoods. Apps so we can use our cars less. And there's change I intensely worry about. Already, climate change is changing this place. A few of our lucky cities have all the jobs, many jobs, and many of our cities hardly have any at all. I could go on, but we've all seen these changes. We all know these changes. So at Forterra, we need to understand all this to do our job. So this past year, we went out and we talked to literally 2,000 people about this moment of time and what it means for this place. This included a series of conversations where we broke bread with environmentalists, college student, business leader, union member, scientist, builder, forester, and farmer, and cultural institutions like the Seattle Opera, to learn how do we really enrich our cities with art and make them livable. We talked about how this place stays on course, how we do right by the natural world, and how we make sure there's room for everyone, no matter where from or what's in their wallet. I went to all of the dinner conversations. You should see my waistline. I went to all of them, all 31 of those dinner conversations. And you know what? I wouldn't have missed one. They totally renewed my sense, my belief in the people of this place, us. At one, a tech executive said that we make this place flourish when we make sure there's room in our cities for everyone. At another one on Beacon Hill, a union member worried about how to make ends meet, but he loved going out into the mountains and enjoying the parks nearby. I was surprised. Oftentimes I didn't hear the environment mentioned in our conversations. But at every dinner conversation, every one of them, we heard that not everyone's getting a fair shake, and that is tugging us apart. That by making this place better for people, we make this place better altogether and for everyone. That a great environment starts with a great community. We heard that folks are okay with growth. Folks are okay with city growth as long as they have good schools, jobs, housing, and parks, and especially, and we heard this a lot, especially if they're able to get around. So they're ready for growth, but they want to have it serve them. We also heard that they are hungry and ready for more land conservation. They recognize there's lands out there that we need to save today, if they also have a voice in the process. Now, our smaller rural towns, they see their jobs fleeing. They see their jobs leaving their communities. And they feel cut off from the burgeoning state economy. Yet every last person we talked to, 2,000 people, all wanted to make things better and are hungry for a shared sense of purpose. Now, of course, bringing these 2,000 people together, we asked them, what could Forterra do about it? What should we be doing? Here's what we heard. We heard, well, you've been around for a while. You know what you're doing. Keep leading. Keep bringing people together. Keep being out there and innovative. Save our special places and make our communities better. I was humbled. I was deeply humbled and heartened by this. And you know what? It's going to keep us very, very busy. So here's what we're going to do about it. We're going to keep on doing the work we've always done, and that you can count on. And we're going to build on the Cascade and Olympic agendas in two ways. First, we're going to sit with residents and leaders of our rural towns. And we're going to dream together about what they can be. And then we're going to work to get it done, together. We're going to make sure that the working and wildlands that we're saving add to that dream. Already we're working along Route 2 with towns like Skykomish. We are one of a group of partners working to revitalize great old buildings in town. We're saving lands in the forest and along the river to help the environment and for trails, and to bring visitors into town to help its economy. We're doing the same work in places like the Yakima River Canyon and the Carbon River. Now, here's what we can do together. If you look at this slide, this could be any of our rural towns in this state right now. If we walk away and don't do what we're talking about here, then over time, bit by bit, our rural towns could look like this. That's unacceptable. We don't want that. We're not going to allow that. But if we come together and work at what we're talking about today and conduct far-reaching land transactions and great land restoration and town revitalization and meet with the residents and find common purpose, then every one of our towns in the state of Washington will look like this. Great places to raise a family, great places to live your life, and with great conserved, permanently conserved landscapes functioning and serving that town all around them. We can do that. Now let's go on to cities. There's a lot to be done here. We're going to lead with beacon projects to make our cities even better, where you can walk a few blocks and grab a cup of coffee or a quart of milk, where new housing adds flavor and life to a community, where everyone has a great place to come home to, and of course there's always a park nearby. We're already at work in cities large and small: Seattle, Tacoma, Everett, SeaTac, Bothell. In Tukwila, we're meeting with city leaders and listening to residents about what they want for their community. We make sure to have 7 language interpreters present so every voice gets heard. And today, we're pursuing real estate projects to make real the goals that we heard in Tukwila for a livable, walkable, affordable community. Here's what we can do together. We've all seen this street. We have these streets in all our cities. Now, if we walk out of here and we don't do what we're talking about today, there's a grave risk these cities will become communities like this. Look at those Eastern Bloc high-rises up to the upper right of that slide. Now, we're all thinking right now, not on our watch, not with our kids, but if we do what we're talking about here today, and we come together, and we meet with residents, and we do far-reaching real estate transactions, land policy, and community engagement, every one of these streets can grow into a community like this. A great, diverse, affordable community with life and spontaneity to it, where you all want to live. You can see your family living, where you know there's a park nearby and a mountain trail is a short distance away. And of course, Bill, our beloved Puget Sound, is healthy and inviting. Now, to do all this, we call this the next wave of our work, the next wave of the Cascade and Olympic agendas. And it's going to need all of us. This is not about Forterra. This is about all of us. Now, we need your support, and generously so, and thank you for that. But we need you to keep on thinking about how you, each and every one of you, can make a difference if we're going to do this. So that as we build this and this, we also keep this. Look, we can be the ones to make this change. We can be those people, we can be those places you just saw on the screen. But we need to work at it, you and us together. So it's time. It's really time that we all, each and every one of us, stand up for this place. Thank you.